Hey, CPC. Can't wait to see you guys tonight. Also, thanks to a couple people who've reached out about lessons and stuff. Normally, during non-plague times, I don't really have my private schedule is pretty full. So if any of you are interested at all at any other time too, let me know, because I'm very grateful for having this church job and whatever I can do to help. Okay, so today I had talked to you guys about some singing acronyms, and I have 3 of them, and they're kind of mnemonic a little bit. I think that's the right word. And they're for 3 categories. So one is how you prepare yourself before you sing. The second is how you stand. And the third is your mouth. So here we go. We've got YBS. Okay, so before you sing, first thing you want to do is you want to feel a yawn inside of your throat. So that's Y. Second thing you want to do, you want to breathe into the yawn. So you're already going to get that round space that Charity asks for, and so awesome. And then you sing. So whenever you start singing, if you feel like you're going to yawn, you're going to engage your lower support in your stomach, and it's not going to come from your neck. Yawn, breathe, sing. And that's kind of what it's automatic now, but the acronym really helps me. Okay, and I'll show you how we can apply it in an exercise in a second. The second one is how you stand. Singers carry their instruments with them wherever they go. And so however we feel emotionally, physically, and whatnot is going to affect us, which is a little bit more of a challenge than someone who's an instrumentalist. So how you stand life can affect how you stand. So the acronym I have is LINK. So loosen. And wherever that may mean for you. For me, it's my upper body and my torso. I'm a tight human. It's interesting though, some people who don't appear to be tight can be tight when they sing. So you want to loosen. The second one is the neck. Make sure the neck is free. I call the neck kind of the driveway. The vocal cords come together with the breath, but they're not being pushed together by the neck like you hear a lot of pop singers. So loosen, neck, and then knee. I don't know if you've ever been standing, especially if we're doing like a longer oratorio or something. My knees lock, and so I always have to check that. So how you stand is really important. I sometimes even notice how I'm holding my binder, my folder, because I can be like, especially at the cathedral when the archbishop's looking at me in the eyeball. So the first one is YBS, which is the preparation of singing. And if you get that before you sing, the yawn and the breath, you don't have to do anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all set. You don't have to you're ready to sing and now you have to adjust because the director's asking. No, it's already there. And you want to feel that yawn because that's where the palate is lifted in the back, the soft palate. So that's preparation. The second was link, which is all about how you stand, loosen, neck, and knee. And finding out where you hold your tension. I see that in my students. Everybody is different. And so as a result, I find the consonants or the vowels that work the best for each people. It's like a fingerprint. And that's how ultimately we get a free sound. I know some people will come and say, I want to sound like Barbra Streisand. I want to sound like Celine Dion, it's great. It's noble, but not everybody's throat is built that way. So when some of the kids want to sing a certain way, we have to find their voices first. So, and then once you find your voice, you can kind of do your own version of those people. But not everybody is meant to sing it as the singers we really have grown to love. The third one is mouth. This is kind of important and things that I continue to work on. I call it rove, relax. So if we're told to drop our jaw, that doesn't mean to pull it down and make it tight. So whatever the instruction is, we want to keep it through a relaxed filter. There's a really good technique called Alexander technique. Some of you may know it. And it's about body usage. And it's not just for singing, but it's how we use our body efficiently through space. And how our head is on our spine. And it's a really great way to just notice. I've noticed that like right now, this time of year, if it wasn't the pandemic, I would be getting ready for taking the kids, 150 of them, to a field trip, and I would be doing concerts, and I would feel tightness in my hand and tightness in my jaw, and sometimes I get a nervous twitch, different ones in different eyes. So being aware of that, that's what Alexander technique is about. Even as you take your toothbrush and brush your teeth, being aware of that. So the third acronym, ROVE, relax, whatever that means to you, open. In the mouth should be vertical. So when I say open, a teacher of mine in New York, $300 an hour, talks about separating the teeth. Okay? That's an open. And again, I will give you an exercise for that. So that's ROVE, that's mouth. Relax, open, vertical. Okay? You see some of the great singers, their mouth is just like that. You see this? And the neck popping, bad. However, someone like Whitney Houston, who was so gifted, and she was trained, but I think there were some bad habits before her life got so difficult, and you could literally see her veins popping out. So she had a great voice, but didn't always use it so well. So relax, open, vertical. ROVE, that's your mouth. ROVE is mouth. Stance is link. Loosen neck and knee. You should always feel loose. Someone shouldn't be able to push you over. And the preparation is the yawn breath sing. So let's do the yawn breath sing. And the pattern I'm going to use is 1, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, 1. You've heard this pattern. Those are the scale numbers. I'm going to do it on an open vowel. Ah and O are open vowels. So I'm going to do it on ah. And I'm going to use the F because I want you to get the air moving from your stomach and not from your neck. Remember, the neck is the driveway. So fa, fa, fa. So before I did that exercise, I yawned, I breathed into the space, and then I sang. So you got to put the gas in the tank before you drive. Okay. Some of you might like images. Some of you are like, no, I want physiology. Everybody learns differently, especially with singing, because singing is metaphysical at best. I mean, there are some physical stuff, but it is definitely more abstract. So here we go. Fa, fa, fa. Fa, fa, fa. Yawn, breathe, sing. Fa, fa, fa. Fa, fa, fa. Fa, fa, fa. As you get higher, it's like going to the gym for the voice. You may have gotten that F sharp. Some of the altos might be like yelling at the screen right now. Or you may not. Honestly, range-wise, females, whether they're alto or soprano, should have a similar range. It's not about how big the range is, because if you hear some of the greatest mezzos and contraltos, they can sing high Cs. It is where you live. I have a timbre, which is darker, but I live high. So I am a soprano. I'm a dramatic soprano. I'm not like a light frosting and sparkles soprano, but I'm the meat and potatoes, but I live high. My tessitura is high. So, like Don Anna in Don Giovanni and stuff like that. So, but people can get confused because I have a darker quality. Timbre has nothing to do with voice type. I guess, long story short, tangent over, but where your voice lives, which the altos are more comfortable lower, that's what makes you your voice type. Okay? So yawn, breath, sing, and as you go higher, just make sure to work out this, and you can have the notes. You don't necessarily have to sing them, but they're there. Having a solid 2-octave range, right? Say for altos from A flat to A flat, I think that's really good. I mean, yeah, you'd like to try to go higher, but you're going to mainly live in that first octave from middle C to the C5. Sopranos, I would definitely say B flat to B flat. But some of you might not want to do that. You can find, my mom is going to be 81, and you can find through technique a way to really keep the muscles strong as you get older. It is possible. So as a younger person who sings and just does it well, it is a bittersweet blessing, because if I struggled big time. Now people say, oh, it's so easy. Well, it was not easy until probably my 40s, earlier 40s. I met you guys probably like I was 43, 44 when it started to get a little easier. But if you open your mouth and you just do it right, you don't really know why. And so when you get older, and the musculature and the youth is not there as much, if you don't have technique, that means, knowing how to sing the vowels and knowing how to move the breath, and knowing how to mix the registers. If you don't have technique, it's going to be a challenge and you may not be able to sing as long. So vice versa, a double-edged sword for me is that, I spent a lot of time cracking. Thank God I had people who knew that I had a really good voice when I was younger and didn't give up on me. But I'll play you some tapes. Cracking and struggling with registers. And then for a year I had to rebuild my voice because I was singing too heavy in the middle. It's been a long road. But that's also because I have a thicker vocal cord set and I'm a dramatic soprano, so it takes longer to cook me in the oven. So aren't you lovely in these images? Anyway, so all that to say is that technique is important. Keeping the preparation, having a nice loose stance, and having the mouth in the right spot. When our high school choir directors say drop your jaw, it's essentially the right thing, but if it becomes where you're pulling down the jaw, which I used to do, it's then not helpful. It's actually worse than not dropping your jaw. So here we go, back to the fa. This is Yawn, Breathe, Sing. Fa, fa, fa. Fa, fa, fa. Fa, fa, fa. Fa, fa, fa. Let's go down lower because I went up by steps. Fa, fa, fa. 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 When you do take the breath should be not aspirate. It shouldn't be, and you notice how the shoulders, so that goes with the stance, but it should be kind of a fa. My teacher used to call it a vacuum packed coffee can. Fa. I was listening back to one of the anthems I was recording for charity, and I was noticing some of the that I do. So it's very, very interesting when you listen back to yourself singing. And it is not, I'm giving you a lot of stuff today, it's not what you hear in your head. If you listen back to yourself, it's more accurate, because in your head you're getting an inaccurate kind of vibration of the skull, and when you listen to yourself back, that's much more accurate. All right, so that was YBS. Yawn, breathe, sing. Fa. Yawn, breathe, sing. Fa. Okay? Second one is link. How you stand. Okay? For me, I get tight in my shoulders. Tongue is important. Tongue needs to be loose. Blah. I do a lot of this with my students. Blah, blah, blah. And it is amazing how much looser it gets. We do the ragdoll where they touch their toes. It's so physical what we do. Blah, blah, blah. So link. Loosen, neck, knee. Loosen, neck, knee. And let's do an exercise for that. So the pattern is 5, 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. Let's do this on a closed vowel. I like closed vowels in my voice, probably because there's a bigger massive sound and the closed vowels focus it. I like E. I'm strange. I like to sing high notes on E. Some people like open vowels. You need to find, if you want to sing the most freely, your favorite vowel, because that becomes a visa to the rest of your range. When I told you I had to rebuild my upper range, because I was singing Wagner when I was 26, not a good idea, is I rebuilt it by singing staccato E's. Yeah, it just focused it and realigned the registers, because I had been using too much chest, and then I was able to find my highest C's and D's and stuff like that. So loosen, neck, knee, link. We're gonna go foo, 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 foo. Let's try that. Foo, 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 foo. Really using that F. Foo, 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 foo. Foo, 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 foo. The ultimate end game, the ultimate goal of singing lessons is to get your voice the most functional where you live and have it sound the same, to have a neutral sound. You don't want to have like the high sounds like this, the middle sounds like this. You want to have one line. Whether great singers like Pavarotti, we love Pavarotti because that voice just was lined up, perfect aligning. There was no difference. So that's what these vowels do. The Italian vowels, a, e, o, and u, is that they are pure. My Italian coach might tell me differently on my vowel particularly, or my u. They are pure, and then you use them to line up your voice. So yeah, my 20s, my teacher told me I had 5 voices. So here we go. Foo. And foo can really help get that nice head voice. Foo, 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 foo. Loosen neck, knee. Link. Foo, 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 foo. Loosen neck, knee. Foo, 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 foo. You want to have the chorus sound where your vocal cords come together, right? They come together with the breath and they vibrate. Now remember, we always say, oh, that's a high note, that's a low note, but that's not a real thing. It's, yeah, I guess if you talk about physics, maybe, but the piano player goes to the right, and the instrumentalist has different keys, and the vocal cords are just stretching out. They're not going up and down. So that's always a very hard concept to teach the kids. You have to be able to feel that it's high, but it's not really going high. It's just it's stretching, and you need a certain amount of breath compression to do it. Enough information yet? So we're back at link. Foo, 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 foo. Anyone love singing with me? Let's go down low. We're going to start here and then we're going to go down. Foo, 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 foo. Foo, 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 foo. Foo, 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 foo. Now, these 3 different acronyms do work together simultaneously. It's not like I'm yawn breathing singing, but only here. They all do come together like riding a bike. So while you're doing that, you're loosening, you're linking, but you're still yawn breathing and singing. Foo, foo, and getting it into that position that we're going to talk about with Rove, this whoo, foo, Everyone make Glenn Boothie really mad, do a fee. He turns kind of like a dark red, almost a little purple. He really doesn't like it. Foo, 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 foo. So in the back of my throat, I'm actually feeling an ah throat, but my mouth, my embouchure, is making the ooh. Foo. It's not fee, fee. No French. Foo. Italian. Ah, e, o, oo. If this Midwesterner can do it, you can do it. Foo, 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 foo. 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 One more. I lied. Foo, 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 foo. Keep going. Foo, 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 foo. 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 I used to tell Axel these were my party tricks down there. Yes, I can sing down to a low E. Do I live there? No. If I've ever had to do something that is low like that for an extended period of time, I lose access to my top. So yet another reason why a person can know their voice type is if your voice gets wedged in a certain category, it can't do it. So, all right. So the first one was fa, fa, fa. And why I'm adding that F is to make sure you're breathing from your stomach. That was YBS, yawn, breathe, sing. The second one was foo, 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 foo. Link. Now you can use any exercise to employ these different acronyms, but that's loosen neck, knee. All right, mouth. Rove, R-O-V. Relax, open, vertical. Huh? Vertical. Woo! All right. Here is your pattern for relax, open, vertical. All right. And we're going to use a mixed vowel. We started with an open vowel, which was ah and oh, but we used ah. Then we went to a closed vowel, ooh. You can tell it's oh because ooh, it's closed because when you actually say it, put your hand here, ooh, you can feel it close. E is the other closed vowel. The in-between vowel is A. All right? A is hard, especially with the tongue, because you don't want the tongue to be tight. Oh, exciting. Yeah. So we're going to go Faye. And I'll try not to do my Chicago Faye triphthong, but it's going to be 8, 5, 3, 1, Faye. So Faye, 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 Faye. Let's start on A flat. Faye, 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 Faye. Yawn, breathe, sing, link, relax. Faye, 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 Faye. Faye, 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 Faye. Make sure your mouth is vertical. It's not Faye, Faye. Faye, 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 Faye. You can do it. Faye, 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 Faye. You got it. Faye, 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 Faye. Faye, 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 Faye. Faye, 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 Faye. And the vibrato, the vibration will stabilize as a result of these conditions, as a result of being relaxed, as a result of the free breath flow, as a result of the height inside with the palate lifted. Sometimes a straight tone can be, that's just the way the voice functions, and sometimes there is vibrato, but generally there is some sort of fluctuation of a vibrato if the voice is being produced properly. Okay, Faye, 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 Faye. Faye, 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 Faye. Two more. Faye, 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 Faye. One more. Faye, 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 Faye. Mad at me yet? All right, I'm going to go through the 3 exercises I'm going to play for you so that you don't have me talking all the time. And I won't sing, I'll just play them in key. So we're going to start with the first one. That's fa, fa, fa. Here we go. Two more. One more. Okay? That was thinking of the YBS, Yawn Breathe Sing. Stance. Anfu, loosen neck knee. Foo, 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 foo. How'd you do? Sometimes moving the tempo, and this is one of the many million things I love about Charity. Charity, you make me move the tempo. I'm not sure if you're listening to this, but anyway, and that gets my motor running, because sometimes I call my throat Bessie. She's kind of a big tank, and sometimes she's hard to move. She needs a lot of gas. Okay, that was the second one, and the third one is Faye, which is Rove. In this case, could be anything. Relax, open, vertical. Okay. Faye, 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 it's Faye. It's amazing what happens when you open your mouth. Use a mirror. Check. It's your friend. Review. 3 acronyms to remember. I like 3. Mozart liked 3. I'm kind of his major fan, so I shall be a fangirl. 3 acronyms. YBS. Yawn, breathe, sing before you sing. That's going to put you right in to the open spot. If you do the yawn, breathe, sing correctly with a relaxed body and open mouth, you don't even have to think about the other 2 acronyms. You're like, Perryman, why are you giving me so many acronyms? You don't even have to think about them. YBS. Okay? Link. That's making sure you're relaxed. Remember the days in choir we used to turn around and give each other a back rub? Is that all over now in the era of social distancing? And then Rove, which is relax, open, and vertical. Now, if you wanted to take like 20 minutes with me, well, we still have a few weeks left of choir year. What I would do is I would listen to you and I would help you devise some exercises that would focus on whatever you were wanting. Like, do you want more strength in your voice? Do you want more range? Do you want to sing over phlegm? Many of us, myself most included, get phlegm, but you can sing over it. There will be a time, like I talked about in the last video, where like I can be totally eclipsed. That's when I get like the bronchial and my reactive airways, and then put a fork in me. But that happens, thank God, only like once a year, maybe. Scary to live with your instrument. So, yawn, breathe, sing, loosen neck, knee, relax, open, vertical. And as I was saying about the lesson, I would help you figure out what your best vowel is. I would create some exercises for you that would kind of get, maybe you like to do exercises that are stepwise. Maybe you like to do them that leap. I like to leap. But it's basically finding information about your voice and then applying it. So if I look at a song that's very hard for me, I'm going to vocalize it on my best vowel and my best consonant, which is for me, phi. Get it in my voice, and then I can sing it easier because you train the muscles. If I am feeling sick one morning, I'm going to use my best vowel and my best consonant and ease through it, and it will loosen it up. Most of the times you can do that if you're sick, not if you're like completely done, not if you're so swollen that they won't come together. Yeah, that's my story. So I hope this helped. Let me know if you do want to work, in this last few weeks as I have time and feel grateful to still be a part of this choir because you're awesome. All right, guys, take care. Bye.